All right, on this episode of Speak Life, I'm talking to my people out there that are saying, hey, man, I want to make X amount of money and I want to retire for the rest of my life. I want to make X amount of money by age 30. I want to make X amount of money by age 33. And I just want to chill, man. I just want to chill and live life and do things the way I want to do them. This episode's for you. All right, everybody, welcome back to Speak Life. This is my podcast. My name is Mark Mead. Sowing seeds today for tomorrow's harvest. I want to talk to you a little bit about today. I want a conversation with you. You know, I grew up and I remember in my maybe late teens, early 20s, saying something like, I want to make $1 million by the time I'm 30. And I've heard a lot of people say that throughout the years. You know, I mentor people all the time. I talk to young people. I've heard a lot of people say that. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's, you know, I haven't talked to a lot of females about this, but I've talked to a lot of young males about this. And, you know, that's a theme for maybe some young alpha males, especially those who are in the money game, the sales game, the finance game. They think like that sometimes. And it's a stupid arbitrary number. It absolutely means nothing. It is a benchmark of thought process on success sometimes for people. And that's fine. Like, I'm not mad about it. But I do want to dispel the myth that retirement, like you're going to go and retire, is an overused word. Like, it is absolutely way overused. Like, and I think when I say myth, I mean, what are you retiring from? Just like, what are you retiring from? When we talk about this, you know, when you think about business and work, and I hear people say, I'm going to buy, 10 Airbnb properties and I'm going to just kind of go live on the beach. I'm like, at 30 or 34 or 30, I just want to, grind really hard for 3 years and then kind of live the rest of my life stress-free. Yeah, I'm definitely confused by that. So break this down to me. How do you, because I've been doing this, 30 years, and I'm not saying, and I've done very well. I'm not saying that, I have the market cornered on anything, but tell me the part about life where you figured it, you've hacked life, and now you control everything that comes your way. Because that's what you make it sound like when you say stuff like that. And the truth of the matter is that's definitely not the case. When I'm thinking about some of the things we're, focus on as we're trying to, coach and mentor young people and mentor, people in business, it's like, how do you build a business and walk away from it and say it's all set? So we need to start creating levels here. If you're going to be this kind of, I want to retire early. What's early? 35, 55, 65? I mean, where is that benchmark for you? Because when I think about it, I've been in business hardcore for 20 years. And I'm saying 20 years of a business that I would like to track. I mean, I've been doing entrepreneurship for over 30, and I'm still working hard. And I still have hard days, and I still have tough times, and I still have, times where I feel like the walls are caving in. I wonder what it would be like if I just set it and forget it. I wonder how fast it would go backwards. I wonder how fast my vision of retirement would be over. And you got to understand this. So as you're planning, I'm not saying you can't buy back time. I'm not saying that you can't create financial freedom. Let's put it in order. If you're broke, you're looking to create financial sustainability. Then you want to go from that to financial stability. Then you want to go from that to financial freedom. But there's levels to this. So as we're going through these levels, you don't just show up at financial freedom. I saw somebody on Twitter the other day talking about this is the worst, time period, ever. It's amazing that, we're not able to live financially free. And I saw somebody comment and go, the entitlement to believe that you could be financially free in your 20s is insane. I'm not here to tell you can't be, but I am here to tell you you got a whole life to live. And the idea that if it doesn't happen in your 20s, you're a failure or you're not a success or it's going to be hard. Slow down. But let's play out business. Let's play out business. Let's talk about rich dad, poor dad. Let's talk about the 4 quadrants. We go from employed, right? You're working for somebody, you're trying to get experience, you're trying to grow, you're trying to make things happen, all the things. And you work your way into self-employed. Self-employed means you're the business. You're almost like a sole proprietor. You do everything. You mop the floor, you do the cash register, you call the clients, help the clients, process the clients, all the things. You're the IT person, you're the admin, you're everything. If you make it from self-employed to business owner is someone who's got systems in place. They have employees and associates and staff in place. This is where you can't buy time as self-employed. You start to buy time here as a business owner. Why? Because you're putting people and systems in place to position yourself to buy back time if your business allows you to do that. So as you're looking at trying to get over to the business owner category, this is what everyone's, I think, is saying, right? And so as you're getting over here, if you're scaling it and it's profitable, you have money coming in each month that some of it you can use, the business bills are being paid, great. But here's why I want to dispel the myth that you can just run so that now you have a business. And now you could just go run off and do whatever you want. We all know calamities in business happen all the time. We all know calamities in business take place every day. Now, what's a calamity in business? It could be a lot of different things. For some people, a natural disaster is tough. For some people, a pandemic is tough. For some people, a harsh downturn in the markets is tough. For some people, they're winning in those times. But we don't control any of that, right? And so what if you have a business partner? Business partner is going through a divorce. They're not the same. They used to be a killer, but their mind's focused over here. What if you have a business partner that goes rogue? What if you have a situation where where whatever your product is or service is, the supplier shuts down or the supplier has a hard time manufacturing product? This happens every day. The difference is it might not be happening to you right now. And so when you're thinking about your situation right now, every single day you think you have the ability to retire, you're actually losing momentum in the thing you're building because you can't be in it or on it and away from it. I think that's just like common sense. And so when you think about different things you got going on, different things that can happen in business, all kinds of things could take place. So the only way to keep momentum is to drive it. Now, you might build a business that's sellable. You might build a business that you can grind for so long and sell it. Are you going to just live off that money for the rest of your life? You're never going to do anything else in business again? You're just done? You're going to move to Jamaica and smoke weed and retire? So I'm just trying to paint some perspective here that in this conversation we're all having, me and the world, that you need to drive business for it to get to the places you want it to go. I show up every day, and I'm putting in processes, and we're creating new things, and I certainly have had my fair share of time that I've been able to take back, but I'm driving every day. I know a lot of, people, business friends, colleagues that are in business that are driving every day. And I just want to paint the perspective that you don't get to weed whack, kill all the bugs in the grass, get the grass nice and green, get all the crabgrass out of the grass, get it to be bluegrass, nice green lawn, and never cut it again. You can't even just trim the hedges. You've got to keep the grass healthy. Your business is not that different. And so as you're looking at ways to potentially buy back time, we could have that conversation. If you're looking at ways that you can, grow the business and put some people in position and you can count on them more, we can have that conversation. But unless you're selling the business, the moment you think it's time to just walk away and go do whatever you want for as long as you want for forever and ever and ever, I challenge you that if that happens, you're probably going to experience the business go backwards. If you're ready for that and you're excited about that, or if that makes sense in your business model, I'm not talking to you. But for all my people out there that are fired up to retire and fired up to get this thing rolling and fired up to work 3 years and never have to work again in their life or set it and forget it, guys, let's have this conversation. I want to bring value. I'd be happy to talk to anybody, anywhere about this. Real work is what it takes to turn a business and to get the thing going where you want it to go. So as you're thinking about this and you're thinking about what your business is going to be or what your business is or what your approach to business is, let's have the conversation about longevity. Let's have the conversation about sustainability. The number one rule in business, you'll hear me say this 1,000 times. The number one rule in business is to stay in business. And so if we're not in business, if we don't have it operating, if it's not running, if it's not doing the things you need it to do, guess what? There's times in business where the business, you're in the business and it's going backwards. It's going backwards. How long do you think Kmart knew Kmart was going out of business? How long do you think Bed Bath & Beyond knew that Bed Bath & Beyond was going out of business? A lot longer than when we knew it. You think their analysts don't know how to look at data? You think they didn't know? You think they took the reports up to the C-suites to say, hey, man, we're in trouble? The board, they knew. And I'm sure they tried everything in their power to keep it open. It's no longer here. So for all my set it and forget it people, we've seen bigger businesses. We've seen some real big businesses fall like giant trees, not because they wanted to. So let's just have some perspective. Sometimes you got to put the mud boots on, get back in the mud. You could take some time. This isn't about like working your eyes to bleed forever. No, it's not. This is you could do it, but there's times where even when you're in the business is going backwards. You got to get in the mud and you have to scratch and claw and fight and maneuver your way back out of what was going well into a position to stabilize, then do well again. So guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is real conversation. This was on my mind. This was on my heart. This is something I wanted to discuss. I don't want to steer people wrong. I want to see people win. I want to see people win long term. Certainly set up all the things you need to set up. It takes some time, but let's chill. Let's hit the chill button on, setting and forget it, and getting money at 30 and living the next 50 to 70 to 80 years with no stresses. I hope this helps. Hope this brings value. Appreciate y'all for listening. God bless. If you guys like this podcast, if this resonates with you, if you like this kind of content, we're going to continue to try to bring value. We're going to continue to speak life to you. We're going to continue to sow seeds. All of y'all will continue to reap a harvest. I hope this brings value to you. Please like and subscribe. Please and listen, share. Let's chat about this thing. This is a real conversation about, I don't want people to be disillusioned. I don't want people to be led astray. I don't want them to find themselves in a, very discouraged position because they bought something that never should have existed in the first place. Hope this brings value to you. God bless.